Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about our Ikigai with the help of the international bestseller Ikigai by Hector Garcia and Francis Miraes. This book tells us about a very popular Japanese life concept known as Ikigai and how it contributes to longevity. Now, Ikigai can be interpreted in various ways. My personal best definitions are the happiness of always being busy, as described in this book, and the reason to jump out of bed every morning. It is believed that every individual on this planet has a purpose to fulfill, has a purpose of life. However, it doesn't mean that you have to go into existential crisis discussing about the purpose of life as a whole. In fact, it is the opposite. It is about the activity. It is about that particular work that doesn't drain your energy but instead energizes you. It is your passion. Every person has their own ikigai. It could be writing for some, it could be singing, it could be painting, it could be fishing, it could be building structures, it could be selling things, it could be making things, it could be drawing, it could be cooking, it could be cleaning, it could be a million other things. In fact, things that might seem boring or tedious to you might be someone else's ikigai. However, it doesn't mean that whatever you love doing can be your ikigai. You see, your ikigai needs to have four characteristics: passion, vocation, profession, and mission. It must be something that you love to do. It must be something that you are good at. It must be something that you can get paid for, and it must be something that the world needs. Now, hearing this, you might feel like it would be next to impossible to find something that you love, that you are good at, that can bring you money and also serve the world. But it is not impossible. Yes, you probably haven't found your ikigai yet, but you have it in you. According to this book, every person has their own ikigai hidden deep inside themselves, and one needs a patient search. So, patience is the key. You cannot just look for your ikigai for 2 days and then give up. No, I cannot find my ikigai. No, you have it in you. And once you discover your ikigai, all you have to do is nurture it and pursue it so that it can give a meaning to your life. The purpose of this book is to help you find your ikigai, and along the way, it enriches your mind with by discussing highly interesting life concepts like anti-aging secrets, secret to longevity, ancient Greek philosophies, the concept of flow, the concept of logotherapy, and and the importance of exercise to live a healthy lifestyle, the importance of following a healthy lifestyle, the importance of living in the present moment if you want to live longer, and various other Japanese concepts, including wabi sabi, which is another popular concept that finds beauty in the imperfect, fleeting, and changeable nature of the world. Most of all, this book transmits the idea that there is a strong connection between your ikigai and longevity. It also mentions the lifestyle of the people living in the blue zones. Blue zones are the location of the places that where the people live the longest. The book mentions five blue zones, and top among them is Okinawa in Japan. Second is Sardinia in Italy. Third is Loma Linda in California. Fourth is the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and fifth is Ikaria in Greece. Here you will find interviews with centenarians. Centenarians are people who have lived until and over the age of 100, and also interviews with the super centenarians. Super centenarians are the people who have lived until and over the age of 110. So you will get to read about their opinions about life, how they have taken life, what is the secret to their longevity, how they have managed to live such a long time, whereas others just lose their health, their faculties by the age of 80. It is, if you read their interviews, you'll find that they do not worry. The key to their longevity is like simplicity. They find happiness in everything, and most of all, they have found happiness, the source of their happiness. Scientists who have studied the lifestyle of the people living in these blue zones have found that, I'm going to read it to you, that the keys to longevity are diet, exercise, finding a purpose in life, that is your ikigai, and forming strong social ties, that is having a broad circle of friends and family relations. So you need to have a broad circle of friends and family relation. No wonder that people who are socially active, they tend to live a happy and long life. So it's just not your ikigai, but it's a combination of a healthy lifestyle. However, discovering your ikigai will naturally push you towards a healthy lifestyle. See, once you discover your ikigai, the source of your happiness, you will want to live life to the fullest. And how can you live life to the fullest if not by following a healthy lifestyle? um, because as it provides you a reason to live, and so you want to live every moment of your life, and that naturally inspires you to live a healthy lifestyle, to follow a healthy lifestyle. Besides the Ikigai, the writers have mentioned the concept of flow in a very interesting way. Taken from the book Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, he explains, he is a Hungarian, American Hungarian psychologist, and he explained, I'm going to read it to you, explains the concept of flow in this manner. The state of flow is the experience of being completely immersed in what we are doing. It is the state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. The experience itself is so enjoyable that people do it even at great cost for the sheer sake of doing it. So identifying your state of flow is the first step to finding your ikigai. And this book is like a treasure trove of important life concepts. It is not possible to include all the important topics, all the interesting topics mentioned in this book and described in this book so in detail and so elaborately, and yet in such a simple language to fit everything in this video. So I strongly suggest you to read this book if you want to gain this immense knowledge present in this book. This is really a very interesting read. I have found it to be interesting, and my favorite part of this book is when when the writers travel to Okinawa in Japan. As I have mentioned just now, Okinawa occupies the first position in the list of the blue zones. So the writers traveled here to study the lifestyle and interview the people who have lived the longest, who are centenarians and super centenarians. And the way they have described this small town of Ogimi in Okinawa, which is like the capital of the longest living people in the world. So the way they have described the natural scenery surrounding it, the lifestyle of the people, the tradition of the people, their food habits, their unhurried lifestyle, the way they live in such a beautiful way that it has inspired me, and I'm sure it will inspire you too, to go there and see it for yourself. I'm going to read you a poem that they have that has been mentioned in this book. It is a declaration by the Ogimi Foundation, Ogimi Federation of Senior Citizen Clubs. So this is like a small poem, very simple, but it has deep meaning. I'm going to read it to you now. A declaration from the town where people live longest. At 80, I'm still a child. When I come to you at 90, send me away to wait until I'm 100. The older, the stronger. Let us not depend too much on our children as we age. If you seek to live a long life and health, you are welcome in our village, where you will be blessed by nature, and together we will discover the secret to longevity. So, this is a very simple poem, and yet it has profound meaning. And this book basically says that if you can find the exact source of your happiness, then you can live longer than the rest. And in order to find your happiness, you need to find your ikigai. So, when you are happy, you don't have to worry about if you're going to live for a longer period of time, or if you're, because when you are happy, you live longer. It just happens. You don't have to look for it. It just comes to you naturally. It's not about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about staying young in your heart forever. Here you where here in the interviews with the centenarians and the super centenarians, you will not find them talking about their worries and how they face difficult times, how they had so many problems in life. If they had worried about their problems all the time, they would not have lived to be centenarians or super centenarians. It's the simplicity. It's living without worrying about things. It is about enjoying the present moment. Yes, it doesn't mean that they never faced a difficult time in their life. They never had problems in their life. Yes, they did have problems in their life, but when they had problems, they dealt with them and moved on. They did not dwell in their problems. They did not live in their problems even when the problems were over. They did not keep worrying about who will take care of them when they get old. They did not keep worrying or complaining about how many difficult times how many they have faced, how many problems they had to solve. No, they live in the present moment. It is about living in the present moment. This book also mentions a very popular quote by Einstein. I'm going to read it. The great scientist Albert Einstein said that a happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell in the future. So it is about living in the present moment. It is about finding your source of happiness and then getting immersed in that flow, like flowing with the present moment and without worrying about where you were heading. This book also mentions another popular Japanese term called as ichi-go, ichi-e, which translates into this moment exists only now and won't come again. This is a very simple truth, but it is very deep. When you are done reading this book, I'm sure you will question yourself many things. You will be inspired to find that exact source of light, which will allow you to find happiness. You will be inspired to find your own ikigai, the purpose of living. I hope this will inspire you to at least go over this book and see it for yourself. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. What I have mentioned. This book is if you read the entire book, then only you will understand the true concept that the book wants to transmit. I'm sure if you like this video, then please like and subscribe.